Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something about life and success. They follow a set of rules, a series of universal laws. Now, these laws don't change, whether you know about them or not. They don't bend, no matter how much you wish they would. They are always in play, just as gravity is always in play. And if you want success, if you want a life that feels purposeful and rewarding, you need to live in harmony with these basic laws. And more than that, you need the discipline to carry it all out. Success is built on a foundation of discipline, consistent effort. The idea may sound simple, yet it's one of the hardest truths to live by. Too often, people believe success is a matter of luck, timing, or talent. They think it's about finding that one perfect moment or getting that one big break. But real success, the kind that lasts and leaves a legacy, has nothing to do with flashes of brilliance or bursts of luck. It's the result of steady, disciplined actions repeated day in and day out. Now, discipline is not about grand gestures or dramatic changes. It's the quiet, steady commitment to your goals, even when no one else is watching, even when there are no immediate rewards. It's showing up, doing the work, and sticking with it. Think about how a tree grows. You don't plant a seed and see a tree the next day. It takes time, sunlight, water, and consistent care. Success grows in the same way. Each effort, each task you complete is like adding a little more to that foundation. You may not see the results right away, but underneath the surface, growth is happening. And one day you'll look back and realize that all those small, disciplined actions have compounded into something remarkable. Consistency is what separates those who reach their potential from those who fall short. Talent is helpful, but it won't carry you far without consistency. Many people have talent, but only a few put in the disciplined, consistent work required to truly excel. It's the willingness to do what's necessary every single day, whether you feel like it or not. Discipline doesn't ask you if you're motivated. It doesn't care if you're tired or if things are challenging. It's the steady hand guiding you, reminding you of your goals and what it takes to reach them. This is also why success through discipline is so powerful. It's built to last. When you achieve something through consistent effort, it's not easily lost. You've developed the habits, the resilience, and the skills to maintain that success. Think about building a house with a solid foundation. It stands firm against storms and challenges because it's grounded. That's what disciplined, consistent effort does for you. It builds a foundation that can withstand setbacks, criticism, and the tests of time. Each day you're given countless choices. Some are small, some are big, but all of them add up to define your life. When you choose discipline, when you choose to put in the work rather than cut corners, you're building a life that's resilient, that's fulfilling, and that moves steadily toward your goals. Success is not a mystery. It's a result of living in harmony with certain principles that govern how life works. These universal laws are constants, whether you acknowledge them or not. They don't adjust to suit individual circumstances or bend because of good intentions. Instead, they require us to understand and work with them. If we want success, we need to align our actions, thoughts, and attitudes with these principles. One of the most critical of these laws is the law of cause and effect, which reminds us that every action has consequences. In the simplest terms, if you plant apple seeds, you're going to grow apple trees, not oranges. The same is true with your actions in your life. If you're constantly investing time, effort, and energy into your personal and professional growth, the effects will show. But if you're filling your days with distractions, procrastination, or negative thinking, you'll see the results of that too. Success comes from planting seeds of discipline, perseverance, and focus, and these seeds need to be nurtured over time. Another essential law is the law of responsibility, which says that you're responsible for where you are and where you're going. It's easy to point fingers, to blame circumstances, or to feel that life is unfair. But growth begins when you accept responsibility for your actions and outcomes. No one else can change your life for you, only you can take control. When you live with this law in mind, you're empowered to make better choices. Every decision you make, every step you take brings you closer or further from your goals. Responsibility isn't a burden, it's a gift giving you the power to shape your future. The law of focus is another one to consider. Life rewards those who have a clear, single-minded direction. Trying to go in too many directions at once will only dilute your energy and lead to frustration. True growth and success require concentrated effort. When you align your focus with the goal you want to achieve, you bring all your resources to bear on that objective. Discipline helps you stay on course even when distractions tempt you to wander. Aligning with these universal laws isn't about restricting yourself or sacrificing your dreams. It's about understanding the nature of the journey you're on. Growth and success are not about fighting against the current, but learning how to work with it. Just like a sailor learns to use the wind to navigate, we learn to use these principles to steer our lives in the right direction. Living in harmony with these laws is a powerful approach. It puts you on a path of purposeful growth, where each step builds on the last, leading you naturally towards success. Many people mistakenly see discipline as a limitation, as if it means depriving themselves of enjoyment, spontaneity, or ease. But true discipline doesn't confine you, it liberates you. Discipline gives you the power to take control of your life, to be the driver rather than the passenger. When you commit to disciplined habits, you're not giving something up, you're gaining mastery over your own life. Think of discipline as a tool that helps you say yes to what really matters and no to the things that don't. It's a way to clear out the distractions that pull you off course so you can focus on what's truly meaningful to you. The disciplined person isn't the one who constantly sacrifices, they're the one who has freed themselves from the burden of aimless choices. Instead of being swept along by fleeting desires or distractions, they are guided by a sense of purpose and direction. And they've unlocked the ability to create their life rather than react to it. Discipline also opens up opportunities. When you're disciplined with your time, you can accomplish more and make room for the things you enjoy. When you're disciplined with your finances, you free yourself from debt and financial stress, opening the door to security and choices. When you're disciplined in your health, you give yourself the freedom to live an active, energetic life. These forms of freedom don't come from wishful thinking, they come from the dedicated effort to align your actions with your long-term goals. At its core, discipline is about choosing what you want most over what you want now. It's deciding that your future self deserves better, that your goals and aspirations are worth the effort it takes to reach them. This kind of discipline doesn't restrict your life, it expands it. Each disciplined choice builds up like bricks in a wall, creating a strong foundation for a life filled with purpose, potential, and peace. So rather than seeing discipline as a burden, see it as a doorway. Every time you choose discipline, you're choosing a richer, fuller life. You're not closing doors, you're opening them doors to opportunities, experiences, and achievements that would have remained locked without it. Discipline is the path to true freedom because it gives you control, power, and the chance to shape a life you're proud of. Success is rarely the product of one big, dramatic moment. Instead, it's the accumulation of countless small efforts that build up over time. Each seemingly minor choice, each action taken with intention, contributes to the bigger picture. This is the power of compounding, where small actions, consistently applied, grow and multiply, eventually leading to monumental results. Imagine it like a snowball rolling down a hill. It starts small, barely noticeable. But as it rolls, it picks up more snow, growing larger and larger and larger until it becomes a force that can't be ignored. Your disciplined actions work the same way. Waking up a bit earlier each day to read, saving a small amount of money each month, exercising a few minutes each morning, these may seem trivial in the moment. But over time, they build momentum, shaping your character, strengthening your skills, and creating the habits that ultimately define your success. This principle of compounding teaches us that success doesn't require extraordinary effort every single day. It requires ordinary effort done consistently. This is what makes discipline so powerful. It's not about doing everything perfectly all at once. It's about doing a few things well, over and over, until they become part of who you are. When you're disciplined in even small areas of your life, you start to notice progress. And that progress becomes motivation to keep going, creating a positive cycle that fuels itself. Many people give up too soon because they don't see immediate results. They start a new habit, a new project, and when they don't see big changes right away, they become discouraged. But that's not how growth works. Real, lasting success takes time. Think of a tree. You plant a seed, and for a while there's nothing visible above the ground. But beneath the surface, roots are growing, establishing a foundation. Then slowly the tree begins to grow, and eventually it becomes something strong and enduring. Your disciplined actions are like those roots. They may not show results immediately, but they're setting the stage for something far greater. The magic of compounding isn't just in big accomplishments, but in the transformation that happens within you. Each small step strengthens your resolve, reinforces your commitment, and brings you closer to the person you aim to become. These actions, no matter how small, move you forward, even when progress seems invisible. In time, they become the foundation of a life built on purpose, integrity, and success. Every day you're faced with decisions, some small, some large, that together carve the path of your life. Each choice you make, whether consciously or unconsciously, is like placing another brick in the structure of your future. And the quality of that future depends on the quality of those choices. It's easy to overlook the power of small decisions, yet they're the ones that build momentum over time. Choosing to work a bit longer instead of giving in to distraction, to read a book instead of watching another show, or to save rather than spend, all of these decisions may seem insignificant in the moment. But they stack up, adding strength to your foundation and reinforcing your goals and values. Just as you wouldn't expect a sturdy house from weak materials, you can't expect a fulfilling life from weak choices. Intentional decisions, no matter how minor they seem, are like investing in yourself. Living intentionally is about bringing awareness to your actions. Instead of simply reacting to situations or following habits that don't serve you, you pause and consider the outcomes. Ask yourself, is this choice moving me closer to my goals or taking me further away? This doesn't mean you must always make the perfect choice, but that you strive for decisions that align with your values and vision. This approach to decision-making brings clarity and direction. When you know what you're working toward, each choice becomes a step forward rather than a sideways distraction. If you want a life of health, financial stability, meaningful relationships, and personal growth, then your choices need to reflect those priorities. Each intentional decision builds self-respect because you're acting in accordance with your own values and goals. Over time, this self-respect grows into self-confidence and resilience as you see the results of those choices taking shape in your life. Even when faced with challenges or setbacks, intentional choices will guide you through. Life isn't always predictable, but a foundation of wise choices helps you adapt and stay grounded. You're less likely to be thrown off course when you have a clear direction, because you've practiced making choices that support your goals. This doesn't mean you'll never make mistakes, but when you do, you'll learn from them and move forward with purpose. Remember, your future isn't just a result of what happens to you, it's largely the result of the choices you make. Each choice is a powerful act, a chance to craft the future you desire. By choosing with intention and wisdom, you set yourself on a path toward a life that's not only successful but deeply meaningful and aligned with who you are.